Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day one of Business Analysts. Uh, Before we get started, let me ask this thing, Prerna. Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and let's get started with the core values. Why core values? Because we have only one intent to get placed, and yes, Radha has joined. So let's welcome and then we'll get into
Hey,
core
hi Radha,
values.
welcome. I was just messaging you.
She is yet to be on the
Okay, yeah.
speaker and mic. Yeah,
Yeah.
welcome everyone, and welcome to another day of BA Scrum. But this is the day one of business analysis, and we are getting started. We have one new member, Radha. So, before we get started and learn about business analysis, let me welcome you all and start with the core value. We are here with only one intent, and that is to get placed. Do we agree with this? Yes, from everyone.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And this intent and this objective and this goal has to be protected well, because we have to go a long way by completing the first pillar, that is instructor led free training. And there we get lot of confidence, we get lot of idea that how we can cover other pillars as well and finally get placed. So to protect that, we have something which we call it as a code of honor, and we need to really follow it as T. So let me share my screen and you can see the code of honor. There are six pillars. Apart from six pillars, six core values or code of honors also go hand in hand. The very first is that you have shown up live. So I appreciate your time, I appreciate your energy, that being it's Sunday night, still you have shown up. So really kudos to you all. And now showing up live means you are being on time, you are punctual, and you are highly committed. While you are doing so, you are practicing to participate in the similar manner once you get placed. All right. So this is something which we call it as a universal law. How you do anything is how you do everything. Okay, and that's the reason you are always encouraged to showing up live on time, punctual, and highly committed. The second code of honor is being the full stack student, because you have started with the instructor led learning program. This is one. And here, when you are learning, you become a student, and when you become a student, we encourage you to follow a being full stack student. What does it mean? Whatever you learn, for that you do all the assignment, you do your self research work, and you repeat whatever you learn. Okay, that makes you full stack student. The third code of honor is this: taking full responsibility of success. While you become the full stack student and you do all the assignment and self research and repeat what you have learned, that leads you towards the path of success. Once you don't follow this all, you automatically invite not a path toward the success. But when you admit that you have not followed certain thing, that becomes the trail to success, because you correct it. So that's the reason you have to take the responsibility completely, not the half one, that you are only talking about being successful if you are doing something, but you are forgetting the impact when you are not doing something. Okay, so fourth core value is your mindset. So on this path, till the end, once till you get placed, what we want you to have a learning mindset, continue to explore every single new things, and on this path, inculcate positive mindset. Okay, always thinking positive, speaking positive, and feeling positive. How you do that? By going complaint free. Okay, by complaint free, how do you do that? By loading yourself with the gratitude. So always be in the mode of gratitude, that brings the complaint, freedom from the complaint, because you followed the positive mindset on the path of learning. And the fifth core value is the increasing the receptivity. How do you do that? You do that by listening to Stranger Secret every single day. The audio which I have given you if you have joined first time and if you are not listening to it, that is defining. And let me tell you, the speaker itself says in this audio that listening to this audio for another 30 days as a ritual defines, and this is the yardstick of your positivity. This is measurement to know whether you are staying positive every single day or not. So that's the reason I continue and take again time to remind yourself, and myself as well, that we need to start our day with the listening to Earl, and I myself listened to it twice. So it is recommended by Earl for three times. But yes, if you can make it twice or once at least in a day, so that is become going to be enough. The second one is very important, is following the golden quadrant of learning. What is golden quadrant of learning? Is of 4 step. This is start your learning with the declaration. Okay, once you declare and complete the learning, then draw whatever you have learned. Like recently we have seen the drawing from or summary from Benson. Okay, and once you do that, then you summarize whatever you have learned. So this is a complete package, okay, which you need to follow, because we are taking a deep dive towards the learning of the day one of business analysis. We are going to start it with this small declaration. What is declaration? Declaration is something, self suggestion, okay, weaved by some anchoring. So this is called some NLP training, which I tell you, this is very simple, where you anchor. When you say, that gets programmed inside your brain cells and create a new dendrite correction altogether. To make that a strength, we keep on repeating it every single day of learning. So are you all ready for declaration today, guys?
Yes.
Thank you. Only one person. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Others who did not speak, I think you are not ready yet. So let me tell you. Okay, so let me tell you how you are going to declare it. So at the count of 3, we are going to clap together. Clapping is a self high five. Okay, you give high five to yourself, and after that you will repeat this word after me, which is selected on the screen. So yes, at the count of 3, start, give a self high five. One clap, 1, 2, 3, and go. I am a quick
I'm a
learner.
quick learner. What
I'm a
others
quick
can
Others
learner.
can learn and master.
Learn,
I
grow,
too can
summarize,
do that.
and what others can learn to master too can that, because I'm an awesome learner. Today learning is going to be super duper easy.
Okay. And once again, now you are going to repeat this after me at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, and once again. Because I am an awesome learner, today's learning is going to be super
I'm an
duper
awesome
easy
learner.
to me.
Today's learning is going to be super duper easy.
Thank you so much for repeating this along with me. And while you do so, while you follow the golden quadrant of learning, because we have declared we are getting into learning directly, but before that, the 6th core value says that uh, because you started learning, always don't be shy and don't be get into this mode that I know everything, because I have this year of experience, this much year of experience. Still you have you started a walk towards new learning or even a fresh learning. So keep ego aside. That helps you to learn and explore more. So when you will do that, it keeps you spiritually grounded on the path of growth. And I always recommend you to develop an intent to charity, because when you start earning, always I recommend you personally to, start doing a charity as well when you start earning. So at least give away 5%, 10%, and whatever causes you believe in. Okay, it could be a mosque, it could be temple, it could be church, it could be gurudwara, anywhere. Okay, you can continue your contribution to any orphanages or anywhere you believe in. Okay, so why? Because when you give, you grow, and when you receive, you may survive. So start giving away 5% at least, of whatever you have you are earning today, and later you will see the quadruple effect of it. What goes around comes around, that saying you must have heard. So that could be one reason, but I generally say that don't start giving away with the intent of getting more, but start giving away to inspire others more. And when you do this, start appreciating what you do and what others do for you. And even something does not happen to you, start appreciating that as well, because every single thing is preparing for you for the next new scene. And it is weaved by another saying that says that what you appreciate appreciates you. So always remember that. On this note, we are getting into business analysis. Okay, this is the day one and still of the combined track of week 5. So we are getting into it. So welcome once again to the day one of business analysis. All about business analysis we are going to explore today. But before we do so, let me ask you all, what do you understand by business analysis? What is your fair idea about business analysis? So we'll start with Radha. Radha, welcome on board, and this is your
Thank
day
you, sir.
one. Why don't you take opportunity to introduce yourself quickly, as in from where you are coming, your name, what is your educational background, and do you have any working background as well? And then tell us, what do you think about business analysis? Yes, Radha, over to you.
Yeah, myself is Radha. I resides in New Jersey. I finished my Bachelor of Science, and after that I finished my teacher training in India.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any IT experience. Right now, I am working as in a dental office, like a data entry operator. Over
Mm-hmm.
there, my duties are to trace the outstanding claims list, and meanwhile sending the pre-approvals and speak to the different variant types of insurances. If I have any problem with the patient's account or a patient's insurance, those are my duties.
Mm-hmm. All
I
right.
work as like a part-time job.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Radha. So what is your idea about business analyst, or business analysis as a process or as a job?
As per my knowledge, business analyst is a bridge, a gap between the IT and the customer.
Awesome. Very well articulated. Thank you so much, Radha, for your
You're
answer.
welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
So
welcome,
a
sir.
round of applause for you for participating. So yes, well said. Thank you. So Radha, you see so many people on the screen. Why don't you call out one name, and we'll get with their quick intro and then their understanding about business analysis.
Benson?
Benson. Benson, yes. What is your idea about business analyst?
It's like an approach for introducing, I feel, and managing a change to organization,
Awesome.
whether it's for businesses or to make it better to better facilitate the work.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Benson. Very true. So call out someone's name on the screen you see, and we'll see their idea as well.
Nadeem.
Nadeem, yes, Nadeem. What do you think that what is business analyst and business analysis as job?
Well, business analysis or business analyst would actually analyze any business and would suggest how to improve the functionality of it, services of it, or the product side of it. So it basically would be improvement in a business, whatever way we can achieve it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nadeem, for your answer. So Nadeem, please call out someone's name on the screen you see.
It's Archita.
Archita, what do you think about business analyst and business analysis? So as per you.
Business analyst help guide business in improving process
Mm-hmm.
and product,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also like a bridge between development team and management team.
Mm-hmm.
And business analyst also write the user story.
Mm-hmm.
for the
Okay.
development team.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Archita. Please call out someone's name on the screen you see.
Mm, Mike.
Mike, you there? Yes.
Yeah. Uh,
What
I
is
would
your
say
idea? Yeah.
my idea about business analyst is requirements gathering, gathering of requirements, and also the process is like a vision to thoughts to requirements.
Wow.
And the main intention is to make the client's life easier.
Wow. Nice. Thank you so much, Mike. Call out someone's
Thank-
name on the screen you see.
I don't know who's left now. Suchana.
Suchana. Yes. What is your opinion about business analyst and business analyst?
Yeah, business analysis is the information needed by the inside the business to be analysis for to get more value to the project, and the business analyst is who performs that task, uh, called business analyst.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for your answer. Thank you, Suchana, for your answer. So do you know whose answer was right? Any idea, any guesses who was right?
Mostly all of us.
Exactly, you said it right. So we all were right, and we contributed towards the knowing the role and the job. Okay, so everyone was right towards the answering it correctly. Let's understand the history of business analysis. Okay, first, so it's called IIBA. Okay, so IIBA is a board. Okay, and it was founded in Toronto, Canada, in October of 2013. Sorry, 2003, to support the community of business analysts. Okay, so it was it was founded in Toronto, Canada. Okay, and this body knowledge committee started means it came into ideation of support in 2003, but actually it was formed in October 2004 to design and define and draft a global standard for the practice of business analysis. Okay, and in 2005 January, IIBA released version 1.0 of a guide to the business analysis body of knowledge, which we also know as abbreviation as BA-BOK. Okay, so this BA-BOK is a required for feedback and comment on the processes and the whatever the elicitation goes behind for business analysts and between business analyst and stakeholder. Okay, so that's the history, how it started from 2003, graduated in 2004, and finally the BA-BOK came into existence. So BA-BOK is the standard, is a guideline with which every business analyst and BA process, business analysis process, has to abide by. All right. So what is business analysis? So business analysis, as per BA-BOK guide version 3.0, you can find, by the way, complete BA-BOK PDF online. You can search for it, you can download, or it would be available to buy from Amazon, that you can search and you can buy that as well. So if you wish to, otherwise you can explore, you can see whatever inside goes of BA-BOK. So version 3.0 says that business analysis is the practice of enabling the change in an enterprise by defining needs and recommending solution that deliver value to stakeholder. Absolutely, yes, we have to deliver one thing that we call it as a value, and to deliver that value we need to identify some recommended solution goes behind the need of the stakeholder or their enterprise, by knowing the change they want to bring in their organization. So the keywords are change, need, recommended solution, and then value. Let me repeat. The keywords are change,
Needs,
change,
change,
Yes, need, change, recommended solution, and value. So remember these keywords. Okay. Now understand, when this process happens, you need to understand who is this business analyst. So this is a person, okay, and he performs the process of analyzing the business that is described in BA Bog Guide. And no matter the job or organizational role will be, they are responsible for discovering and synthesizing and analyzing information from variety of sources within an enterprise. So in whatever project they have started working, the dots they have to connect from where the requirement has been generated. They will analyze the need, objective, and goal, and based on that they continue to analyze the information, and they will understand and foresee what all tools can help. They identify the tool, they name, and they jot it down, and they will communicate the need of those tools, processes, and they will understand what all the document they need to present in front of stakeholder, mostly customer, and also they identify who all those stakeholders are involved. Okay, so they are also responsible, the business analyst will be responsible for eliciting the actual need of a stakeholder. It should not, stakeholders may come, customer may come, and they may ask for anything because of one reason, but we don't have to deliver anything. We have to deliver exact that fulfills the requirement and delivers the value along with that. Okay, and that's the reason we need to identify the needs, and we need to communicate that accordingly, and we have to get it agreed by them, so that we come on one platform and start working together with this synergy. Okay, and this frequently involves investigation and clarification, and the need and also the desires to determine the issues and causes and the effect which may led by it. Okay, which may be the reason behind it. So these are all are the jobs which is of business analyst, and in fact you can say that who perform this all, and when they are abide by it, so they can uh, abide by this. So by BA BOK, business analyst board of knowledge, body of knowledge. So the person is the business analyst who does it. So because you have understood now who is business analyst, what they do, in a nutshell, they have got multiple roles and responsibility. It sometimes keeps varying depending upon what you know, depending upon organization needs or the company needs as
Customer
well.
needs.
Yes, yes. So but more or less this revolves around it. Okay, now understand this, why the need of business analysis came. So the continued change happens. Okay, sometimes people are ready to absorb and observe knowledge, observe changes, and thereby they put it, but still not everyone can do that because life happens. Okay, so who will be responsible for that? So then they identified, the company identified, the body identified as of in the need of business analyst. So project requires flexibility and adaptation to respond to change. Now, change is the keyword. So people fear the change, but let me tell you the good news for you all. If you are thinking that you are a future business analyst, the very good news for business analyst is one thing. Any guesses by this time? What is? Yes,
It's
tell me.
going to change. Change is going to happen
Change is going
throughout,
to
and
happen. Yes,
that
throughout.
will keep you on job.
Yeah, and change is the cash.
Yeah.
Okay, change is the cash. And this is the good news for business analysts. The moment you listen something or guess something which is called as change, start celebrating. That is going to bring more revenue, more money for you in your pocket. And if you can identify more changes, you can identify more requirement. If you can identify more requirement, more work you are going to attract for you, for your team, for your company, and for yourself, more money. Okay, so that's the reason change is really good. So your focus should be there, where you can identify some new need of the change. Okay, as a business analyst, one has to analyze the impact of because of that change. Okay, so that you can tell and communicate this to the stakeholders, why this change is required and when this will be adapted, how it is going to impact the stakeholders. Okay, so this one is the business analyst, um, who analyzes the change impact, gather requirement, and lies this with stakeholder. Okay, so this is very important, understand it. But there is a complete life cycle for it. When you start with the planning and managing the requirement, okay, first, before that, you also analyze the enterprise. But before it happens, let me tell you, when you start planning the requirement and managing it, then you need to elicitate this requirement. And once you elicitate this, you need to also start managing the communication, because it happens in the from the multiple direction, and thereby you reach to the solution which will continue to evolve, that you need to validate. And when you validate, that is the time when you start documenting uh, all your analysis work, and thereby you always focus the enterprise analysis in the mind, and then you publish it together, and then get agreed by the customer itself that whatever you have understood is good. All right, so I hope we are good till now. Yeah,
Yeah.
we are
Yes.
able to
Yes.
process whatever we have spoken. Thank you. So understand then, for being a business analyst, what is the prerequisite? So prerequisite, that I would say, always keeping focus on the changes and the impact of the changes should be the first prerequisite. And then comes degree and domain knowledge. So I would say the degree is this itself, that identifying the impact because of the changes, and also identifying the changes, that is your degree. And having domain knowledge will aid. And then ability to analyze, that we call it as analytical skill. In every single moment, if you can analyze the things, that will further aid knowledge of Microsoft Excel, and some of negotiation skill. Because again, customer may ask you anything, but if you have this ability, you can tell why you need to deliver certain things, how it is going to help them. And the way you articulate that tells more about your communication. So you should have a good communication skill as well. So I think we are good to articulate, we are good to communicate, we can negotiate. If you have ever negotiated with your child ever, and with your family member ever, understand you are good at negotiation. Because generally customer are like this, they may ask for anything, and that's the reason. So here you see kind of a framework for business analysis, and how he can become a business analyst. You need to good at identifying, okay, the requirement, the need. Okay, you should be able to elicitate and collaborate. Okay, and you need to be able to communicate even the requirement. And you should be able to model a requirement. If somewhere it is existing in some another project, from there you can model it. Okay, and manage those all requirement. If you can do these all five things, that makes you a perfect business analyst. Okay, do you have any question? If not, we'll move to the next slide, and after that I'll invite Prerna. Okay, so this is the roles and responsibility of business analyst. You can understand. Okay, it is continuous growth path. Okay, where business analysts work across all levels of an organization, and may be involved in everything from defining strategy. I was completely surprised when one of candidate who went for interview recently from Guru schools, and she was asked certain question which was related to project management. But yeah, the thing which I want to emphasize, that people, in fact the company, look up to you as a very senior and responsible person, I would say. So what they wanted a client to be very much well versed with the project management tool. Even though they don't know, that is okay, but they are expecting that the candidate should know. So that should not be any limitation anymore. Knowing or not knowing, you can learn anything and master anything. How? In coming days also we are going to see that and learn that. Okay. So the person is involved in all levels of the organization, and maybe involved in defining the strategy as well, to creating the enterprise architecture, to taking a leadership role by defining the goals and requirements for programs and projects for supporting continuous improvement and as technology and processes. And ultimately this person and his job helps businesses do more businesses and do those businesses better. Okay, let me tell you interesting thing again. BA is a kind of a person who is sometimes savior for testing team or savior for development team, because they are so much clear about the requirement that they publish, they add into the document. Sometime, understanding may vary in the team itself. For that clarification, they always approach to business analyst. So business analysts are always looked as that he's the person or she is the person who can handle the conflicts very easily, especially when it comes between development team or testing team, because they look at things very differently. Because from right hand side they may look at the 6 as a 6, from left hand side they may look 9, that same 6 as a 9. So they are pointing to one object but with different understanding. And here the wisdom of business analyst work, and they say why you are quoting this as 6 and why you are quoting as 9, and what exactly customer is looking at. So he diminishes, he becomes the reason for diminishing of the such argument. So if we are clear with this about who is business analyst, what they do, what are the process, and how it evolved, and what is the history of business analyst, then we are ready to transit into the new thing. So are we all ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, the yes
Yes.
from
Sir,
everyone.
question. I
Yes,
have a
please ask.
question.
Please ask.
So which project management tool we need to know? Jira and Trello?
Yes, Jira and Trello you can know, and also if you really want to know, then you can explore Smartsheet or MS Project as well, Suchana. And Archita.
SQL too, right? SQL?
SQL
And
is
then
another tool, but it's not project management tool. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
this is for the theory, right?
Yeah. So MS
Testing for the testing.
MS
SQL?
Project. Sorry, you'll have to ask me again what you were asking, Archita.
Yeah, for the SQL, this is for the testing, right?
SQL can be known by tester as well as BA. BA can also know that, because nowadays SQL has evolved in such an extent, such an easy way, that you need not to worry anymore about the punctuation and the capitalization of certain word and non-capitalization of certain word. Earlier, we used to be very much sensitive about it, the complete SQL group. Yeah. So yes, now we are getting into understanding tools for analysis and reporting and requirement gathering. So few tools will be known to you. So let me ask Prerna. So Prerna, if you can take over from here.
Hello. Yeah,
Yes, Prerna.
Gaurav, can you please take this sheet? I'll take the next one.
Yes. So understand there are certain tools, and since we are talking about the tools, so you should be aware what tools will help business analyst and reporting. If you are analyzing something, then you should come up with the reporting as well. So for such things, there are some tools. So for communication, we are using one tool, that is Zoom. Do we agree with this? Through Zoom,
Yes.
we are learning this.
Yeah.
So likewise, for presenting you what goes, I'm using PowerPoint slide. So that is MS PowerPoint. So in the similar manner, business analysts, to complete their job, they should be having experience, or they might have used Microsoft Office, Suite. So when Suite comes in, everything comes inside. It could be MS Excel, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, and everything. Yeah, what Microsoft Office brings with. Okay, then you should have knowledge of Google Docs. Sometime, if you are working in IBM projects, you should also be knowing that Rational Prerequisite Pro. So this is another tool specified for IBM. Okay, then another tool is known as Balsamic. Okay, you can explore it. Then SWOT is another tool for SWOT analysis. SWOT is nothing but is defining the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat of any new change. The another one is knowing Pencil, Trello, Smart Draw, Rick, and version 1. So these are not only the tool you should know. You are expected to know much more tools than this, but these are few which has come for business analysts. Although many of the tools are now outdated. Okay, so this slide requires to be updated. So things are moving totally towards the cloud. Google Docs is another example of things happening and available on cloud. Even MS Office Suite is now moving completely onto cloud. Trello is moving to cloud. Many more things are moving to cloud. So that's the reason the tools you should know should be updated. But yeah, few tools you must know. One of them is mostly Excel. Okay.
Excellent.
So
Okay.
Gaurav, I would like to add here, if you don't mind.
yeah.
So, first of all, welcome all of you, and special welcome to Radha, as it's being her first session. And you all are at the very right point, at the right moment, that we're starting with this BA, course and BA session. So, as Gaurav was rightly mentioning, these are the list of tools that are definitely good to know and add an advantage to you if you know them, in and out, or at least how they work. But I would like to highlight, in most of the organizations, they do have some setup. Like, to be very honest, organizations or companies are still pretty much heavy on Excels, right? Excels and Word document and Google Docs and stuff like that. But then in our sessions, we will, Gaurav basically will train you on couple of tools as well along as we go. But then do not get carried away stating that these are too many tools, but these are really very easy to understand. And honestly, as per any organizations, these keep changing. So it's not that every organization will use all the tools, but it's always good to know, good to have this information. As Agora was saying that earlier, the candidate was requiring, she was asked about project management. So I just want to highlight, whatever we teach here or you're learning as a BA, as a Scrum, as an Agile, that all somewhere is a pretty much part of project management process also. So we kind of indirectly cover that well, because apparently the activities and the responsibilities are similar when it comes to IT project management, right? So we will cover into that. If you have any doubts, you are more than welcome to ask, and we will cater to them. So yes, Gaurav, only this much I wanted to add, because all the organizations have different priority as far as the tools and portals are concerned. So just wanted to highlight.
Yes.
So if you're good, then we can go to next slide and I can start from that. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So why they are using so many tools? If is it easy for them to handle, or why they are using so many?
Okay, a pretty good question. But you know what? It's a Suchana, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Suchana, what happens in an organization as a BA, we have to, many a times a BA is required to prepare a lot of, what I would say, diagrams and documents and all that. that will definitely come in the next sessions or in detail. So with the help of tools is really easy to prepare all that, right? So, or also we have flow diagrams, we have to maintain and manage our project. So all that is doing on their own, on on a piece of paper or in a very linear method is very tough, or it is time consuming. So it's just that how we draw on paint, we have brushes, we have colors, Microsoft Paint. Similar way, how we use Excel, we have the table format ready. You can filter, you can search, you can do you can have your formulas. So these all these tools help you in some of the other way. You can store properly, you can make a diagram, you can make flow charts, you can so everything offers their own advantages. So as per that, whatever the company uses, we can work accordingly. Does this answer your question?
Yes.
And also to add over here, Suchana, that the objective of every tool is different. Something is more expert on data processing, something in on word processing, something in on image processing, something in on compilation processing. So, but it may happen few tools may also be into word processing, but can handle few data. But other tool may not handle the bulk data. So for that, we take another tool which can handle the bulk data. So the objectives ultimately may get differ, and that's the reason we have multiple tools. Like we are using Zoom, we are using Microsoft PowerPoint. I'm using also a mind map. The purpose is totally different. Why? For teaching, I require these three software. I could have taken only one software, that is Zoom, and could have come and could have spoken and gone away. But that is not going to help. We have require the entire team of the tools which will aid in developing your understanding and easy adaptation and easy processing of all the understanding. So does it add some more value to your question? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
In
thank you
answering.
very much.
I
I
would
have
like to
another question.
confirm one more thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to confirm one more thing. So nowadays, let's say if we use the Jira software for business analysis also, so that Jira software or cloud that does include all these different programs also, like Office, in some ways, like Excel, Word, or Google Docs, or whatever. I think it's combination of all this little tools
Um,
also, right?
no,
In
no,
Jira?
no. I won't suggest, but the
Okay.
purpose is total different. I would say,
Okay.
yes, in Jira you can also create a small table like you
Okay.
create in Excel, but that is
Excel. Okay.
not the purpose. Okay.
Okay.
As I say that it varies differently. So Jira is project management tool. Okay.
Project.
And
Okay.
it will be dedicated for that. You cannot compare that. It could replaced with Excel or Word or something like that.
Right.
No,
Okay.
the
Okay.
objective is total different. Let's not try to mix
Yeah,
them up. All
I'm
right.
clear.
Thank you so much for asking this and getting it clarified. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I
we'll,
have another question.
yes.
So in a project, how many business analysts are there?
Okay, we'll talk about it. Very wonderful question. But yeah, so you
Like it
need to,
varies, or there is some certain limitation, or
yeah, there is certain limitation. In fact, we started today as a business learning business analysis, but in the past we have also learned about Scrum team, which we are going to again repeat with the next batch. So where Radha will be part of that. So we have mentioned over there the strength of the Scrum team that varies from 3 people to 9 people maximum. Okay, a minimum 3, maximum 9. So when minimum 3 and maximum 9 are there, then here business analyst will be there, developers will be there, architect will be there. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. So business analyst will be there, architect will be there, tester will be there, developer will be there. So if we'll club them 2 to 2, it itself becomes with the presence of Scrum Master 9 people or 8 people. So there should be minimum 2 or 3 business analysts, not go beyond that. Okay, one will be the senior, another will be the yes, the junior or the helping hand. So yes, if the questions are answered, can we move to the next? Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, you're welcome. Everyone, welcome. So let's move further. Yes, Prerna, over to you.
Yes, so we have explanation for quite a few tools here, starting with MS PowerPoint. So it's quite cliche to give explanation for PowerPoint because we're already using one. In the short, we call it as PPT. So this entire slide or this presentation itself is on PowerPoint. So you must have or you might have used this in your earlier organizations or in some other work or personal work. Nowadays, even in for schools, teachers are encouraging students to learn this in their presentation because it's quite a handy reporting and reporting tool to use. So it just is basically a software wherein it allows you, it helps you to present the data, present to the audience in a very systematic and eye-catchy way, like how we are going slide by slide. So you can have some animations, you can have some pictures inserted, so all that is really good from presentation point of view. And also it focuses on ideas and relating and whatever the I would say main important point is the stakeholders are looking for, those are highlighted. So it depends on presentation to presentation what you want to add in your Microsoft PowerPoint or your PPT. And as I mentioned, the communication becomes very effective because right now also you guys can read whatever is mentioned on the PPT, and we are also detailing out or explaining the thing. So it is a very comfortable and very easy to understand way of presentation and sharing information and giving data analysis or everything. So you might have seen in the movies, even in the presentation, there are marketing and sales pitch and other presentation. They often have this PowerPoint slides running through because you can share, you can show diagrams, you can show pie charts. So the amount of data that can be presented is very good, and there are numerous ways, like you can actually have some table mentioned, you can have pictures. So it's like you have a lot of flexibility how you can showcase the data. So that's why MS PowerPoint, that is PPT, that is what you currently see on the screen, is a very much used, liked, and extensively in day-to-day work used a tool, I would say, for business analysis. So are you guys okay on this? I'm pretty sure most of you have used PowerPoint, so you have an fair idea about it. You have any
Yes.
doubt, you can ask. Yeah. Was it Nadeem? Who was it?
Yes, I said yes.
Okay. I thought you were asking some question. Okay, thank you, Gaurav. So again, this is also one of the, I would say, super widely used, extensively used reporting tool. I daily work on Excels to a great extent. So what is an Excel? Excel is basically a collection of
Data.
rows and
Rows
columns.
and columns.
Yes, absolutely right. And in that, you can create magic. When I say magic, it's like you can search, filter, put formulas, create pivots, create bar diagrams, charts, flow charts, and pie charts, and I mean everything and anything. So don't worry, we will come to that session later when we will let you know how that is created, and I know how you can. There are sort and filter functions. They're very very heavily used. Like for example, if we have to understand, we have many students in Guru schools, right? So if say I say we want to know how many have enrolled for BA Scrum, so we can have entire list of students in one Excel, and we can have one column named as as a course name or as a subject, and there we can have Salesforce, there we can have BA Scrum, there we can have dedicated project management, there we can have programming expert, database learning. So if we filter on BA Scrum, we will get all the students pertaining to only BA Scrum stream, right? So this is a very simple yet effective example that how we can play around. And pivot tables are also pretty easy to understand. We'll let you know when we do the hands-on part of it. These are like, you can have this selected group of data displayed as per your as per your demand or as per stakeholders demand. We normally have these kind of things done when we have any presentations or when we want to display a particular amount of data. So that's also a very good feature. And yes, Excel is basically, I would say, it's like that friend who helps you anytime and every time. It's always there with us, and we have been using. So yes, as a BA, as a working professional, Excel has been a part of your life, and it is gonna stay for long because it's very useful. Yes, Gaurav would like to add something here, or we can go to the next slide. Excel is quite easy to understand.
Yeah, let's move to the another one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, Microsoft Word also, you all must have used or have encountered while working. It's basically a it's like a document repository you can create in it, and you have a lot of function with respect to, I would say, the font changes, including your images, tables, charts. I mean, there are many things that you can do in a Word document, and most of the time all these essential or very crucial documents like BRD, that is business requirement document, or FST, that is functional specification documents. I actually call it Gita, Bible, Quran of any project, because it has all the things included in that. That is mainly prepared, or it is done in that gives you a lot of flexibility. It has a comments part wherein you can update comments inside the document. So yes, I'm pretty sure everybody, all of you must have explored. If not, this is a very good tool. It's very handy. You can just use as a notepad also, and then make some changes like highlighting the paragraph, highlighting the data, changing the color, changing the font color, changing the fonts. And these are some of the features that we heavily use, and you can also play around with it. So if you have Microsoft Suite on your laptop, on your desktop, please try it out. It's really fun. It's really fun to play around and learn these things. So Excel and Word are highly recommended if you're not using. I'm pretty sure in many schools the teachers have been kind of proposing students to use all these. They have been taught how to use, so that can be of help to you if you have any kids at home studying and using that. And yeah, MS Visio is also a little more advanced tool wherein it allows you to prepare documents. You must have heard I'm talking a lot about flow charts and document and diagrams and and chart and stuff. So all these things is a part of this course wherein we will learn what all the diagrams and flow charts, sequence diagram that we have to learn as a part of BA's job responsibility. So all these things, those are very well easily done in MS Visio. These are very handy. For example, to prepare any flow chart, you need to have an arrow, arrow lookalike, I would say design, or a symbol. Symbol is the right word. So arrow and diamond shape and rectangle shape, all that is being covered. So you know what, in recent times, what has happened earlier, if you all know, the programming used to be such a tedious. Earlier, when I'm talking about when it was in early 50s or 60s or 40s, when it was really beginning of this dynamic era, I had one of my principals during my master's. She'd worked in Bhabha, that is Bhabha Atomic Research Center in India. So she used to tell us that they actually used to write code on a piece of metal, I would say slate or something, not metal, some kind of a slate, and they used to actually insert that into their big computer, that they used to call like a very big, like a theater kind of, or very big kind of size computers, and that simple piece of code used to run for hours, and then they used to get the output. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys, it's very difficult for you to imagine all these things, because I coming from the development background, nowadays running a code, compiling a code is doesn't even take more than fraction of a second, depending on the compiler, depending on what machine you're working on. So my point of relating that here is, all these tools are here to help business analysts. All these tools are here to help project managers and team members to work smoothly, and help them to create documents, create presentations, create everything with very much ease and understand, right? So we will come to all these tools when we are actually learning. This is just an introduction, and you are very much open to explore them on your own. It's very easy to understand. If you have any diagrams, yeah. And one of the important keyword here is, which I would like you to mention in your notebook if you are having it handy. It's like architecture diagrams. Okay. So like when you build a house, you have an architecture of the house, how you gonna, where you gonna place a kitchen, where you'll be a living room, how many bedrooms. So you just have that sketch, right? Similar way, we have architecture for our projects in IT and in everywhere. So what does this architecture do? Architecture simply just shows you, there's some noise in my end, 1 second. So architecture just kind of shows you that how the process flows, how the project works, how the information is flowing in the project. So it just gives you clarity on that. So all these diagrams are also prepared using these softwares. So that is why these are so important. And that's why we are mentioning it here and explaining it here. So anybody has any doubts, or I would request Gaurav to add something here if he wishes to. Yes? Anybody? Suchana, Radha? Yeah?
No,
Nelson?
I'm good.
Yeah, good. Thank you. So, see, I try to understand. All these things are like helping hands while you're working. And the more you work on them, the more confidence you get. Okay. We explaining here is really good enough. But then when you explore it on your own, on your machine, while Googling, it will really help you. Even as we go ahead in the sessions, we recommend using some of the tools, and we ask you to prepare some things in our projects. So that will all come. So we have to go step by step, one step at a time, and this will all be very handy and easy to you. Fine. Yes, Gaurav. Gaurav, we can go to
Thanks,
next slide.
Prerna. Yeah. So you want to continue, or should I take it up, because you can sip some water then?
I think I'll take this, and then then you
Okay.
can continue. Yeah. Thank you
Okay,
so
so
much.
let me maximize it little, because it will be
Yes.
easily to read. So wait, I'm coming in the slideshow mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is one of the very, very important, interesting, and it's really, I would say, if somebody asks you, what is the core, as in not in an interview, but just while you are having a discussion for your understanding, what is the core of this BA job profile or work culture, then requirement gathering is the word. Okay, so if you are jotting down, please mention this with a very big star or double star and colors or whatever, because requirement gathering, guys, it's such a vast task. Okay, it almost encapsulates everything. So requirement gathering, here you can just see we have categorized. It's like business requirement, we have stakeholder requirements, we have solution requirements, we have transition requirement, we have functional requirement, we have non-functional requirement. Do not get carried away or blown away by these terminologies. These simply means, as a BA, you talk to so many stakeholders. Okay. Now, stakeholder word also we will explain you in detail, but as of now, just remember, anybody who has a stake or as an interest in your project is your stakeholder, right? So as a BA, first of all, you have to know what is the requirements from the business point of view. Business means your organization, your management, your senior, So that means the project has to be feasible. The project has to be completed within timelines. The project has to be definitely should be profitable, as in we do not want to deliver something out of our own pocket. It's a business. We are working on it, so we need to get profit. So time, cost, resources, how many people are involved. If we have a budget of 5 people, for example, only that much has to be involved and the project has to be delivered. So these are just some bits and pieces or just some pointers on what can be the business requirement, so that you have to know, or you have to get into discussion with seniors from your management side, business side, and talk to them and get this information. Along with that, stakeholder requirement means, as I just mentioned, what is a stakeholder? That means anybody, everybody who has a stake in your project. So that means your clients is your stakeholder. Your internal teams who are working on this projects, they are your stakeholders. Your business or management who is involved in this project for business point of view, from profit making point of view, from delivery point of view, those are your stakeholders. Then also there are some companies who offer some services like Accenture or IBM and Google. I'm not sure about Google, but Accenture, IBM, they are heavily into outsourcing, as in their own employees go to some other company, banks, and they work there. So this is called as vendors also. So we have vendors working for us. They give their resources, they give their I would say tools and some softwares we work on, so they have interest in a project. So we have to know what are their requirements are, right? So to be honest, specifically focusing on client, so client wants, say they want a website to be developed within 1 month. That is their requirement. They want to have many functionality in that website. Say if they want to work on HRMS website, like human resource management, they want to have for the HR department, and they want all the employees data, their salary details, their employment history, everything has to be mentioned. So can be their requirement. I'm just giving a hypothetical example, but it is a very realistic one, because this is how HRMS system is prepared. I have earlier prepared that. So these were some of the pioneer or main things which were discussed. So functional and non-functional with respect to solution means I'll give you a very I would say funny example is like so if we have everybody knows Facebook portal, right? All of you use Facebook? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, heavily, right? Because we connect with friends, we share our details, updates, pictures, events, everything. It's fun, and it has been there for a long time. So imagine if a client comes to us and says, I want a Facebook-like website. Okay, I want Facebook-like app per se. And functionality means what are the activities that can be done on this website. So yes, you can search people, you can add people as friend, you can create events, you can raise charity events, you can raise funds and whatnot. You can add pictures and videos. So this is the functional part. Okay, what do you mean by functional part? So what does this website can do? Activities that can do. Okay, this is functional part. Now, when you come to non-functional part, that means, okay, I want this website to be in the, I would say, green color and not in blue color. Now that the color or the aesthetic, I want to have the chat window not on the right corner. I want to have it on the left corner. So that can be so this is like functionality means there's some activity going on. Non-functional means it can be related with the looks and feels and ease of work, color change, location change, image placement changes, anything and everything. That can be very subtle and very heavy as per the client details. So this is a part of your solution requirement. Like when you are delivering something to the client, how that should look, and what are their requirements. They want to have that in green color. They want to have 5 pictures of you shown on your home page, and they might want to have your family member listed as a family tree. Okay, these are all all functional requirements which can be asked. And last is transition requirement. That simply means when you are transitioning from one level to other, one phase to another, what are the requirements? Like you're starting with your planning phase, requirement gathering phase, then you're going to your planning phase, then you're going to your development phase. So all that that will cover in SDLC or software development life cycle. So this is all, just imagine, this is just your understanding point of view that requirement gathering itself is a huge topic, and it's quite easy because it's very realistic. There is no imaginary concept. When you start working, you will know that you're actually talking to different teams, you're getting information, you're getting data, and then you're communicating that, you're massaging that data. They might talk in plain English or simple terms, and you have to make use of proper technical terms, as in pretty much simple, nothing so different about it or other alien about it. Just have to um, ensure that your development team understands, okay, this is the color scheme, this is how they need the placement of the website, how many people should be added, there should be a constraint, so whatnot. Sky is the limit. Okay, and it's quite easy. You may find it quite interesting or something new to you, as you might be listening for the first time, but as we go ahead in the sessions, trust me, it's one of the superb and easy thing. You all are really good in your communication, the way you interact in the class, you ask questions. So I'm pretty sure a requirement gathering will be your added advantage. You're already halfway there. After the session, you will be already a full-fledged BA, before even entering to the industry. So yes, this was requirement gathering. Gaurav, yeah,
Yeah.
anybody has any doubts, please feel free to ask.
So what is that? TRD?
Yes. Sorry.
So yeah, I'm going to tell you that. So what
Okay.
you see here is functional requirement document, SOW, before FRD. What is that? So this is a representation of a statement of work you design before writing a functional requirement document as a business analyst. So because it is functional requirement, you talk about as usability and functionality and capability and operation, everything will be included in your functional requirement document. Okay, along with that, when you write a vision of including a requirement, that goes under statement of work, that is one pager document. Okay, and after that you design a functional requirement document. However, when it is related to technicality about the performance, stability, security, every other thing else other than functionality of the project or requirement, that you document into technical requirement document, which is abbreviated as a TRD. So are we clear with this? And very great observation and question. Thank you so much. So technical requirement documents are not frequently or easily created by a business analyst, but mostly architect design it. Okay, it could be technical architect or Dave lifts in some cases, but functional requirement documents, yes, by business analyst. So can we move next? Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Are you able to process whatever we are talking so far easily? Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. So let's move further. So here we see some example of requirement example. So example has been tried to broken down into 6 questions. In fact, answering these 6 questions, these are called as WH question. WH question means what, where, when, by, and how, sometime. So we have to do a PayPal integration where on checkout page. Okay, are we all aware of PayPal? I guess everyone. Yeah.
Yes.
And when this integration or when this checkout has to happen? So within step 3 of 4 in the checkout experience, okay, after the shipping address web form before confirmation. So what exactly happens is, imagine you are going to order something from Amazon, and where it's a 4-step process. Okay, on the 3rd step process, what exactly you do? You choose the payment method as PayPal. Okay, and that you are going to check out. But when you go next, and that time you have to confirm the shipping and billing address that you confirm on the web form, and then you place the order. And now the question comes in, you are very much sure why this integration has to come of PayPal, because an established integration is a better solution than a robust custom build integration for a payment service. In this case, because it easily meets client requirement. As we say, hassle-free communication, hassle-free integration, hassle-free checkout. Okay, so when you go ahead without PayPal, say for example, and want to buy something, you need to key in credit card details and all, then other details. And then I'm not sure in your country, in the USA, whether it is a one-time password things has been enabled, or some another code you receive from the bank or not.
OPT.
Yeah. So is it enabled there, OTP in the
Sometimes.
USA?
Yes.
Okay, sometime. So there are multiple steps involved. However, those many steps you need not to experience when PayPal is integrated. Okay, because this is something you have to just put down email address and that is done, or you have to just get the third party merchant, third party integration where it auto approves the things. Okay, so just to make the checkout hassle free, the integration was enabled, integration was introduced. There are some assumption goes around when you will do when you do integration or a payment through PayPal, some flat fee for shipping and handling will be included. All shipping in the is within the USA, that is understood, that is the assumption. We are not delivering outside. Taxes, that's why, do not apply. So these entire thing, what, where, when, why, for every single requirement you need to mention. You also need to mention in the requirement your assumption, what you are assuming, and also you need to mention what you are excluding. So I'm excluding custom shipping and handling fee calculation. Okay, that is not scope of this project or this requirement. I'm excluding based on assumption that shipping internationally to Alaska or to Hawaii does not include in this. Okay, and I'm also excluding the tax route because I'm not because it has not been explicitly mentioned to cover it. And when you mention these all things, most of the time clarity is there. And you need to remember, the smaller the delta between client expectation and reality with their digital product, the happier your client is going to be with the end result. And that's the reason simplification comes into the picture. And these all things taking as a step defines the simplicity of one large requirement by breaking it down into the smaller one. Are we very much clear with this? Are we very much good with this approach? Any single requirement can be broken down in this way: what, where, when, why, what are the assumption, what are the exclusion, and whether it is making things simple. Yes, are we good with this? We have seen it with this small example of PayPal integration on some page, and I gave you this example with Amazon. Are we good?
Yes.
Shout out yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
so much. So let's move. And it's requirement gathering process. It involves with the 6th step. Okay. What happens? First, can someone read it for me and try to tell what do you understand? So let's invite our new member, Radha. Could you please read it for me? What do you see
Yeah,
on
the
this?
first one is the take notes.
What do you understand by this?
That means the requirements we need to write, and in the
Exactly, very true. So requirement we need to write. So what happens first time we meet our client? Okay, product owner or project manager walks into the client premises. So that time he may ask any business analyst to join. While the communication is going on and customer is explaining and eliciting the requirement, what is going to happen as a business analyst, I continue to scribble it out on a piece of paper and taking the rough idea of his requirement. Okay, so when you are business analyst, analyst, you can follow the second one. Second one, not to make things the boring thing, you can become creative and you can add some annotation. That is the third one. That is a pictorial representation of the communication is happening between product owner, you and the client, where they are trying to explain a requirement. Okay. When you have captured following 1, 2, and 3, you have fair idea about the requirement. Are we good, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what you do now, you come back. Okay, come back to your office, or whether it was a Zoom meeting with the client. So when you come out of the Zoom, then that time what you can do, you can utilize a template and include use case. Okay. So what is that template? Every organization follow certain type of template. Okay. So you can ask in your organization, wherever you are working, that which template we have to use, and that you can start filling up with the requirement you have understood and taken taken a note as rough. Okay. So sometime it could be different than use case template. It could be simply directly requirement document. You can start translating all those first, second, third notes in as a requirement document in the fourth step. Okay. When now you have brought everything in the requirement document on your PC, say for example, you are creating everything in Word. So once it is ready, call out your product owner, manager or project manager, sometimes Scrum Master, and have it internally reviewed. Okay. And sometime you can sit with developer to understand what is feasible, what is not feasible. And when internal review is done, then it goes for an external review, where all other team members may come up, they may agree, they have understood the requirement. Then it may go back to customer for their signing it off. So these are the small 6 steps of requirement gathering process. So
A question.
yes.
Who would be involved in the internal review?
Internal review can be done with your Scrum Master, product owner will be there, development team could be there. Okay. So these all will be involved in the internal review, where you will have understanding what is doable, what is not doable. Okay. And
Just to add here,
Yeah.
Gaurav, just to add here, Nadeem, when we say internal, internal simply means where your external parties, those can be your customer or your vendors, or anything outside your organization or your core team, right? These are
Internal means
external
the
people.
team members, whatever
Yeah.
the team.
Yes.
It
So
should be the
internal
manager, the
mainly
team
means,
manager, or developer.
yes. Along with that, anybody, like we mentioned stakeholders, it can be senior management or architect involved from other teams in your project. So that just note to understand, internal means anybody from your own organization, because we generally call our people as internal team meeting, internal teams, or internal setup like that. Just for easy understanding. Yes, Gaurav, over to you. Thank you.
Okay, I was talking on mute. So yes, some interesting part comes in to the next level when you need to define something. And when you talk about requirement gathering, it's all about with one intent to solve some problem. Do we agree with this? Any requirement, any need, or any change comes into the picture when we have intention to solve some problem. So we are going to understand one easy framework now. Okay, that how it can be easily done. So this is called as data-driven decision-making framework. Okay. So when you are understanding a requirement, always follow these 5 steps. I would suggest this is the best example of solving any problem in this entire world, not just in IT industry. Okay. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Using this framework, you can resolve any problem, any freaking problem in this entire world, because we have done so. So how do you do that? You need to just follow 5 steps. At very first stage, you define the problem. Okay. When you define the problem is crystal clear with their objective and goal and aim. We are clear at that what exactly we want. So once the problem is defined, pay very close attention, everyone. Then you move to analyzing part, where you analyze the data. Okay, after defining the problem, what all data undergoes. Okay, that data help you to move to step 3, where you come up with the various insights. Say for example, now you have defined the problem, you have the data in your hand, and you develop an insight, not an insight, multiple insight. You pick one by one and test every single insight. And when you test every single insight, you can tell yourself what works the best. And when you understand the best, you would always love to go with the best. And that time when you review the result, that tells you back that what is the best suited one. Okay, so this is the 5-step process. First, you define, analyze, develop, and test and review. SDADTR. Okay, SDADTR. Okay, it's defining the problem, analyzing the data, developing the insight, and testing the insight and reviewing the result. Okay, this is called data-driven decision-making framework. Yeah, are we good with this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let me move further. So this is a data-driven decision-making example, applying the data-driven decision-making framework to online marketing. Okay, this is very interesting. Say, for example, I'm not making any money from advertising campaign. Say, for example, you want to advertise something you are reselling on some online platform. It could be bike, bicycle, or something like that. So the main problem is that it could be one thing. Second, if you are running a campaign to sell some chocolates online. Okay, so I'm seeing that what example can come get fit over here. So let's see. So we need to understand the core problem. What is the core problem when you are selling chocolates online? So in fact, you are not making revenue goal. Okay, then you further analyze and you understand that I am missing my leads goal KPI by 50%. Why you are not making revenue goal? Because you are not gaining certain leads, because you know that leads come when we have a good what you call good engagement, okay, on your ad campaign. And when engagement happens, when you have good impressions, okay, and when impression happens, when we have good reach. Okay, so this is the process. So ultimately the lead is before conversion, and conversion gives you the revenue. So revenue is not coming because you don't have the sufficient lead. Then you develop an insight further and you realize that actually I'm missing out on 75% of search impression. That's what I have spoken up further. Okay, 75% of search impression share due to lack of advertising budget. Well, why it was not happening? Because if it was required to put $1,000 per day, instead of that I was just putting up $100 per day in running my ad campaign, and that is the reason it was not reaching to the reaching to the reaching to the masses, or it was not reaching to the estimated number of the mass. Okay, and then you decide that I will increase advertising budget by 50% over the course of 30 days to test it. Okay, and then what result you get further? The increased ad budget improved impression share, result in lead KPIs being achieved, and revenue goal realized. Okay, so first what you do, you define actual problem. Okay, not just the frustration or irritation. It may happen because you are led by the emotion and you are not following DDDM. Because you are led by the emotion, you won't be able to follow the framework. Okay, and that's happened with anything. The moment emotion goes high, intellectual goes down. Okay, your intellect goes down. So, and that's why we don't follow some framework. So that exactly happens when you get frustrated by not achieving certain result. You don't follow some framework, but that is the time when you need to define and follow some framework. And the very first step is here. You define the problem, the actual problem you come up with. You don't simply articulate your emotion, but you articulate what problem. Then you analyze why this was happening. Then the moment you get the why, the how becomes easy, where you define the inside and you put it on the test, and then you get to see the result. So this is the simple 5-step process. So what we have done, we have identified the problem. The problem was I am falling short of my revenue goal. We didn't then analyze the what. So the problem was the problem was what actually I want to achieve. Analyze what the same problem, and we understood that I'm missing my monthly lead acquisition goal by 50%. Then we developed the why. That is the insight why we want to do that, because I'm missing out on 75% of my search impression. Just now I spoken. Then we define the how, because the why was spoken up. Then the how becomes, okay, I'm going to test increasing my advertised spend, and that happens after developing the insight. Once we put it on test, then we realized the result was increased. Result was realized because I increased my advertising budget, result in 100% increase in search impression share, resulting in my lead acquisition. I have compared these results against my ROS. What is that? Return on advertised spend. Okay. So whatever the return I am getting from the advertising spend, so that is called as ROS, and return on investment figures for the last 30 days compared it to the previous month. And when we compare, we can see the improvement here as well. It is so simple. So further what we did, this framework, we talk it about all the problem definition, analyzing the data, developing the insight from the heart, and then after looking at the data and then testing the change and seeing the result. It's a simple 5-step. Okay, so you can put any problem, okay, on in this and try to resolve it, and you will be completely astonished that how this method can give certain result or certain solution to some problem. Okay, so I think we are getting into business analytics with Excel next. So give me a second. Let me stop, share the screen, and ask you if you have any question till now, because I think we have covered pretty much good today. So I would like to invite some more questions over here. Okay, so before I invite a certain question, let me do this. Okay, let me reshare my screen, because that gives you easiness. All right, so what we are going to learn next is business analysis and business analytics. I understand, so this will be the last slide, Radha. I understand for being it day one, a lot of data is there to process. So you can always repeat the recording of it. Okay, so this is for everyone. So what we are going to learn next will be the focus of business analytics, because we play with the data. And when we play with the data, it is easy to generate report based on that data. And analyzing past business performance and prediction of future business performance, we can compare them both. And that becomes the focus of business analysis. And that is the function and process. And that helps to identify the requirement, the business need, and the solution. So that is what we are going to see next, that you will realize by using certain tools and some functions of those tools, how you can jump from business analysis to business analytics by using simple Excel. Okay, understood what we are going to learn next in next coming days, that is on Sunday. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I am just ending it over here. I think it was really interesting one for you and you loved it. So I think everyone is here, or someone has dropped. I'm not sure. Nisha has dropped. Okay, no problem. So yes, on this note, I want to invite, after listening to Benson. So how was today's session? What do you feel like saying after learning today? You can unmute yourself.
There was a lot of learning today. I mean, it's really good. It's been really great from the start. Anyways, I've been trying my best to follow each and every session and give my summaries. So I'm really trying my best to learn the tools as well, which I did today with Jira, and I'm going to do with the other ones as well that you have mentioned today. The one word I would say would be requirement gathering, which was one tool, one basic need that we need to run the business analysis. That's what Prernaji said also. I would say requirement gathering is my word, my take from today for this session.
Thank you so much, Benson, for understanding and summarizing in this superb manner. Benson, call out someone's name, please.
Mike.
Mike. Yes, Mike, what do you feel like saying after learning today?
Yes, I think it's really getting very interesting to learn about BA. I can't wait to finish this, get certified, and get a job. I mean, it's really so interesting that how the business analyst play a very big role in fulfilling the client's requirements with the technical knowledge and improve their profitability to the great level. So I think all in all, I see improvement everywhere. Clients are happy, and because the clients are happy, you will get more business also.
Wow, that's brilliant, Mike. I totally get you that. Yes, you are just taking it to the point shoot away. So amazing. Mike, please call out someone's name.
Suchana?
Suchana, what do you feel like saying after today's learning?
Business analyst roles.
Mm-hmm. So, can you complete the statement, please? So,
yeah,
what do you feel? What do you feel after learning today, Suchana? Tell me that.
Yeah, business analysts, they are doing so many jobs, they're using so many tools, and they're trying to gather the data, and they're trying to give the end give the value to the
right.
those things.
Right.
Amazing.
Value to everybody, to all the stakeholders, to vendors, to customers, to business, right? Everyone.
So you were able to process everything easily, Suchana? Was easy for you today?
Yeah, but so many things to learn.
Yeah, so that you require to repeat.
Yeah, you'll take some time. I know it's a lot of things, but trust me, they're very easy. They're very realistic, very close to real world. You'll be able to understand. Give it some time. Rewatch the videos a couple of times and
Exactly.
connect with us in case of any doubts. No worries.
Yes.
If the business analyst, it seems easy word, but so many things, like they have to do a lots of job.
Yeah, as long as you are repeating and easily processing, this is going to be easy. Like so far, it has been easy for you. So amazing job. So Suchana, call out someone's name on the screen, please.
Mike.
Mike is done. He just nominated you. You nominate someone else, please.
Sorry. Nadim.
Nadim. Hey, Nadim. How was today's session? How do you feel? What do you feel like saying?
Well, it was amazing learning the overview of business analysis.
We cannot hear you.
That will be used in the process, and I look forward to learn all these tools and techniques. And the one word that is change is cash. So we should be all ready for that.
Okay, change and cash. Amazing. Nadeem, call out someone's name on the screen.
It's Archita.
Archita, what do you feel like saying? How was today's session? And what do you take from here?
Yes, now business analyst session going interesting, and we need to learn lots of things. And in the business role and responsibility is gather the data and analyze the business and make a report.
Awesome. Awesome, Archita. Call out someone's name on the screen. I think.
Radha.
Hey, Radha, tell me, how was your being day one? How did you feel today? How was this session for you?
Yeah, it's a pretty much interesting topics I learned. So I learned in real project or in real life, what is the business analyst role and what are the real requirements we need and what are the tools we use, like the MS Office, Microsoft, presentation, MS Visio, like the Excel sheets and the topics. What kind of requirements we need to we use, like yeah.
Awesome. Great, Radha. Radha, can you call out someone else's name? In the screen you see?
I think everybody is done, right?
Yeah, Prerna, you can call out Prerna's name. Yes, Prerna is
okay.
also there. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I would say today's session was pretty exhaustive, full of new information, knowledge, new concepts, but yet very interesting. So I know some of you might feel there is a lot of information in one session. So please rewatch the videos, and trust me, when you again listen to it again, many things will be much more easier and simpler to understand, and you will definitely get the crust or the things which we wanted to share in this session. So thank you so much for being so attentive and so responsive, and asking the right question, and being so interactive. So in all, a superb session. Over to you, Gaurav.
Thank you so much. And I'm sure that you might have enjoyed every single piece of information and the interaction and the question processed over here. So if it is done so, I would request you, everyone can put the emoji and show me thumbs up, like I'm doing over here on the shared screen. If you can do so easily, or you can say thumbs up, or you can just type in. So thank you so much, Nadeem, and Benson and Mike, and expecting from Suchana, Archita, and Radha and Prerna. Amazing. Thank you so much, Suchana. And yes, so great, Archita. Thank you. So every thumbs up says that you thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay. Yeah. As Prerna said that, please do repeat the recording of it. Okay. And I want you to process it so much easily. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, Suchana, you can.
Archita,
yeah, you can ask.
Yes, sir, what is JAD? JAD. I write down in CV. I just did copy paste, but I don't know that meaning.
You don't know JAD you are talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay, so who can answer that on the screen? Anyone would like to try to answer, Archita? If not, then we'll come.
Joint application development.
Exactly, as joint application development. What you can do, if you don't know something and that is for first time, easily go and because you have mentioned that on the screen, let me just stop the recording and then explain you. So thank you so much. If you want to drop, rest of you can drop for sure, and I'll be answering to Archita. So good night, everyone, to all of you for attending this session. Listen to the recording for sure. And here I'm stopping the recording.